Hi. Before going to video, please subscribe to my channel for more interesting stuff.
Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/according fault 8. Did I slip into a parallel reality? This odd glitch occurred when I was about 13 or close to. My family was moving into a new home. We were having trouble with a bookshelf that was a little too big, tall, and wide for the doorway. We eventually had to take it apart and bring it in piece by piece. The shelf went into my sister's room. She helped put it together. Here is the interesting part, as this glitch was experienced by my sister as well. Only more so. She used the shelf for her books and stuffed animal collection. I left her as she was putting things onto the higher shelves, using a kitchen chair to reach that high. As soon as I stepped through the door, there was a loud crash. I'm thinking the shelf fell on sis, or she lost her balance and fell, so I check. She is standing with her back against the wall and looks terrified. I peek further in and there is no shelf, it was completely gone. Her things heaped on the floor in that spot. The chair somehow teleported back into the kitchen. My sis and I are the only ones that heard the crash. Not one person in our family remembers ever having that bookshelf. Has this ever happened to you? I'm a friendly guy. It's not hard for me to get along with others. But have you ever been walking around, say for example that you are in a mall, and a complete stranger says hello to you, but they know your name? When I say complete stranger, I mean you know for a fact you never met them before. This has happened to me at least 4 times. With one occurrence of someone telling me what time it was without me asking. Anyone else experience this? How? I don't remember my exact age when this happened. I know I was in my early teens. I was vacuuming the hallway after an accident involving the cat and a bowl of popcorn. I love small furry critters, so long as they aren't underfoot. I decided to go over the living room carpet. It didn't take me long to finish cleaning up. As I was approaching the outlet, located under a small side table, the vacuum was plugged in. I noticed the cord looked longer. I kneeled down to look under the table and saw the plug of the vacuum was nowhere near the outlet. Now if I had pulled on the cord by accident, it would be near the outlet. It appeared that someone unplugged it and set the end of the cord down to where it wouldn't curl or kink up. It was a half foot away from the outlet. Dice glitch. This hiccup in reality happened about 2 years ago. I play tabletop games like Pathfinder or D&D. It was my turn to roll an attack. When I reached for the D20, nerd speak, for a 20-sided die, I was joking on my penchant for terrible roll results. As soon as my fingers touched the die shot away and hit the wall 10 feet from me. Surprisingly, the die didn't crack, but my fingertips that touched it felt tingly numb for a good 3 minutes. Help me out here. I noticed my favorite anti-hero Deadpool loves to eat chimichangas. But I thought he didn't actually like the food, he just liked saying the word. Is this glitching? One more thing. Who here has played Ocarina of Time? What phrase appears at the beginning when you start a new game? Is it long ago, in a kingdom once known as Hyrule? I looked over videos of the game being played, but the phrase never pops up when I have seen it appear myself the first time I ever played the game. Now it's gone, or did I misremember? Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/mchl18gmbr. Future Self and Multiverses. About 6 months ago, I started to have really lucid dreams. These dreams were so real that I could remember them as if I had really actually lived the moment. However, they never took place on our Earth. They were mostly in different universes where something had to change the outcome of things completely. To give you more insight into the next couple of paragraphs, I'm going to tell you guys that one of my biggest dreams in life and how they relate to the dreams. One of them is becoming the president of Venezuela, and marrying this girl I went to school with, which I'm dating right now. Literally. Dream number 1, I find myself walking through a vortex, kinda like a portal. And as I get through the portal and I appear in someone's body. However, I realized it's my body because of how my voice sounds, and I'm guessing you would know how your body feels. Anyway, I see myself in the mirror and I'm wearing a suit and tie, and then Venezuelan flag pin on my suit. A lady, my GFRN, comes into the room where I was at and asks me, "My love, are you ready?" To this point I think it's awesome that my brain is dreaming about something that I've always wanted. I've yet had to realize that this was no dream, this was real. In the room where I was at, there was a small TV showing the news, in which one of the headlines said war between Earth 33 and Earth 86 is imminent. But I didn't pay close attention, thinking it was just a dream. CNN is still a major news outlet in that reality. The lady suddenly kisses me and noticed something strange, as if she knew it wasn't me, or myself from her reality. She didn't say much, she just looked at me in the eye and told me, "Let's go." "The crowd's waiting for you." I asked, "What crowd?" as she pulled me by the hand. Nevertheless, she stopped me just moments before I took the stage and she said, "If you see Michael, tell him to stop doing this. He can't be toying around with you, he might mess up the timeline." And I woke up. Dream number 2, like in the last dream, I find myself once again going through a portal and I land in my doppelganger's body in another distant future or reality. This time this Earth was indeed different. It had red skies and red grass. It was not sunset because the time read 1:37 p.m., so everything was way different. I looked up and I saw a really billboard sign that said, "Welcome to Earth 52. I'm amazed that the same thing is happening to me again. Most of the dream happened at the place where I worked at, not the same people worked there, but still it's crazy the similarities. Anyways, I see my reflection on the glass and I see myself at the age of around 40 or late 30s. I go inside and I say hi to everyone and I see my old manager. He's happy to see me and happy that I'm running a country. He wished me luck in the war against Earth 86. He started explaining that his Earth 52, was neutral towards the war effort because it saw no real winners, and went on to talk about politics. Even though I didn't know anything about the subject, somehow I knew exactly what to respond. After what felt like an eternity, he thanked me for paying him a visit since he hadn't seen me in almost 5 years according to him. After a few more minutes of chatting, I decided it was time to go, and as we shook hands and we said goodbye to each other, he abruptly pulled his hand away from mine and he seemed confused as I was. A few seconds later his face went back to normal and with a smile on his face he whispered, "Michael keeps playing with you, huh? Do you think it's fun to know what the future might look like?" And then I woke up. I've had a few more dreams like this. If you guys think this is interesting, I'll share the rest. Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/lastnight2099. How did it disappear? So this incident happened last year. I'm a college student and I live in a hostel with 2 other folks. Our room was pretty small with not much space. It was like 6 or 7 p.m. and we were studying for an exam that was scheduled the next day. So, this was a designing exam. We required geometric tools for drawing. We were messing around for a while, just passing the time. My roommate had this drawing compass, neon colored. I was being annoying and he hit me with the compass. It hit me and then it hit my study table, and then when looked for it, it just vanished from there like it didn't exist. My roommates were absolutely confused. We moved the whole furniture around and it wasn't even there. We consoled each other that we'll find it when we leave the room. Hence, we forgot about it. Fast forward to the day we had to leave our room after the exams were over, so we moved all the furniture out of the room and it was just an empty room now. I remembered this incident and I made them recall. We searched it once again in that empty room. We still talk about it. Where could it possibly go? Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/Canadian The sequel. Tea houses/forests time travel. So this happened to me a while ago. I was on a hike with my family in Gaspésie, Canada. We were doing wild camping, so there wasn't anybody near us, no little town or even camping sites. We followed this trail for something like 2 hours before reaching what appeared to be a tea house. It was old, quite small and really didn't feel in place there. In the 2 hours of walking we hadn't seen one human being besides us. Near the tea house, my little brother pointed out a tree that appeared to have a face. Looked like an old man, freaked him out a little. I wanted to go in because it looked so cozy and I was curious. My dad didn't want to, and so we kept walking for another good 2 to 3 hours before we started making our way back to our tents. We only turned back on the same path we were on since the beginning. When arriving at the spot where the tea house was, I was startled to find nothing. There was a little clearing with no trees but no house. I thought we had changed paths, but no, the old man in the tree was right where we'd seen it. Nobody made a comment on that, so I didn't either. But only now I am wondering where it went. I have heard another story about the same scenario on this subreddit and I was wondering if anybody else had experienced that kind of time and space shifting in forests. Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by Dylan Lisno. A glitch shared with a friend. Me and a few friends were having a bonfire at night in my buddy's backyard. A few of my friends went inside to make food, so it was just me and one other person outside. While we were sitting there, a car pulled into my friend's driveway, and as it was passing behind a tree that was in between us and the driveway, it disappeared. Me and my friend both saw it and still talk about it. The craziest part was how the headlights of the car lit up the whole yard and then vanished and everything went dark. There was nowhere for the car to turn around as there were trees on both sides of the driveway, and it was facing our direction before it vanished. The funny part is my other friends came back outside afterwards and no one believed us. Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/Erebus. I've experienced several glitches over the past 12 hours. The first one is that I was laying in bed, playing Stardew Valley. I heard a sound that I thought was my fiancée coming in from having a smoke outside, but it sounded a little off. I then heard her come up the stairs, but quicker than she usually does. Then, nothing. I ask if she's there, no response. I get up, grab the machete I keep next to the bed, and search the floor. Nothing. I go back to the bedroom, and the closet door is open. I do have cats, but this door sticks a little, and there's no way they could get it open. I close the door and lay down again, and a minute later my fiancée actually comes inside and come upstairs. We go to bed, and right as I'm about to fall asleep, I'm woken up by one of my cats meowing and scratching at the closet door, which he's never done before. I check the closet, thinking I might have trapped a cat in there. Nothing. The next morning, I get up to give one of my cats, Little Boop, his medication. I go downstairs to grab the pills and start to go upstairs. He's usually up there in the morning. I see him at the top of the stairs, and he turns down the hallway, out of my sight, towards the bedroom. I follow him, but he's not in the room. I search the whole house, and he's gone. Our furniture is set up so that there are very few hiding spaces. I search 2 more times, nothing. Then I go to the kitchen, pull out some lunch meat, and he comes trotting in from the hallway like nothing happened. I give him his meds, but about a half hour later, I notice that he spit one out and it's sitting on the counter. Again, I search the house at least twice, then pull the same lunch meat treat again. Later, I'm sitting on the couch, and he jumps up behind me and settles down. After some time, he jumps down and wanders into the hallway and out of my sight. A few minutes later, I realize that he's behind me again. There's no way he could have come back in and jumped up there without me noticing. Between when I gave Little Boop his meds the first and the second time, I made myself some tea. I took a spoon, plain, not ornate silverware, and put some sugar in the mason jar that I make my tea in. The water boils, and I put the spoon on top of the sugar container and leave it out. I pour the water, and browse Reddit while it brews. I take out the tea bags and add some milk. I go to stir it with the spoon, but I can't find it. I didn't realize it at the time, but the sugar container had moved back into the corner where it's kept, and had a loaf of bread on top of it. I found a spoon under the bread, but it was a spoon I had never seen before. It was fancier than the spoon I pulled out, and had gold-colored accents. I'm waiting for my fiancée to wake up to ask her if she's ever seen the spoon before. Anyway, that's been my day so far. I'll keep you updated if anything else happens. Update: my girlfriend says that we use that spoon all the time. I still maintain that I have never seen it before. Also, our smoke alarms double as CO sensors. All are working, and none went off. Update 2, I found a bone fragment in my backyard. I showed it to my sister, a physical anthropologist who knows all about animal bones, who says it's from a cow. I live in a suburban neighborhood, there are no cows around for at least 50 miles. Posted by u/Ragnihorn, moving into the future. So, one night a couple of weeks ago I woke up feeling strange. It was around 3 in the morning and I looked around. When my eyes started to focus I realized something was wrong. My bed was in the wrong place. My bed was at the other end of the bunk bed, but that wasn't the odd bed. My dad had talked about moving the bed into the exact spot I was in at the moment. However, when I felt around me everything felt in the same place. My legs felt longer as well. It was as if half of my body was in the right time and the other half wasn't. When I blinked very hard though, my eyes refocused onto the present, and everything was normal again.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for more videos.